Yes. Welcome back to another stream. Player ratings mode. We go for all the players from the Bayern game. Obviously, we had a little review this morning at 10 o'clock. Look at the people that were in there in the early stream. And then the standard 2 p.m. driller after the match is always the player ratings. So we'll go through, have a look at people's performances, see how people did.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. Some big performances last night. Got the lads through, and I'm looking forward to it. So we'll go through the stats as always. You guys put in the chat what you think. You go player ratings out of 10. Remember, 6 is the average, and we'll go from there, guys. Make sure you drop a like on the stream though as well, man. We smashed it with the likes last night on the watch along. It's possibly going to end up as the most liked watch along that we've ever done.
Crazy that.
So yeah, pretty crazy. So big up to everyone that was in the watch along last night and everyone that's gone and smashed a like on it. We're currently on 60 likes, 150 people tuned in. So let's get those likes up, man. Hit that thumbs up button, man, and get those likes smashed. So let's go with start with Ederson as always. Go through the stats. We made 5 saves yesterday. He made 1 high claim. 2 of the 5 saves were inside the penalty area as well, like shots from inside the penalty area. He had a 72% pass accuracy, but all these passes that he misplaced were long balls. So he didn't put us under any unnecessary pressure from short passes. And he made 1 ground duel that was won and made 1 dribble attempt, which was, I don't know what that means. But yeah, apparently his dribble attempt was successful. So whatever that is. Yeah, another good game. And I'm starting to see, bro, the tide slowly turn with Ederson now, with people's opinions of him. People are talking about him making saves. People talking about what he's doing better. Discussions on social media. People saying that he's staying on his feet longer, that he's staying on his line, that he's not coming out, narrowing the gap. But he certainly has improved, in my view, from maybe last year. He's definitely making more shots. He looks more comfortable. I think he looks bigger in the goal as well. I don't know whether he's sort of like when the player's running through maybe one-on-one, that he's standing up a little bit more and making himself look big. I don't know, but he certainly seems to be getting a little bit more of a rub of the green than he did like in the previous years.
Rub of the green. I love when you say sayings. Yeah, I think something's definitely changed. Something's definitely changed. Now, we said when we got Ortega in that there's a chance that he'll sweat a little bit with Ortega in, because Ortega's a great shot stopper and he's good on the ball. So it might have been like, you know what, I actually do need to fix up on my shot stop, and it might be something that they're trying to work on quite a lot. I think he was absolutely incredible over both legs, and I think he's a player that you have to look to, and then and I have to give credit to us being in the semis. Is Ederson has a massive part to play in both these ties. So obviously, like he had a lot more to do in the last one and in the first leg, but I think maybe that added pressure in it, the added pressure behind him of actually needing to step up could be a thing.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think, you know, Ortega this season has come in and whilst he had a bit of a stinker at Southampton with his goal, for the large part, I think we're all pretty happy with him, and he seems to be pushing Ederson a little bit better, and his shot stopping certainly much better than Ederson. And maybe Ortega's giving Ederson a few hints, you know, in terms of
tips.
Yeah, because surely Ortega wants to win trophies this season and wants to get medals, you know what I mean? So by helping Ederson out, maybe that's something that's doing. I think the criticism that he's been getting may have sort of given him a kick up the arse, and he might be like, right.
Everyone wanted Ortega in. Everyone was saying Ortega in, and it's not. Ederson must be looking at that going, this is shit, you know what I mean? I do need to fix up, surely.
Yeah. Maybe. And the other option is maybe Pep was like, bro, you need to fix up, man, because you're costing us goals. Whatever the thing is, doesn't really matter. It seems to be working right now. Long may it continue, because he's making saves. He's making some big saves. I did think, to be fair, all the saves that he made yesterday, I expected him to make. But, you know, he seems confident, and yeah, he's improving. So yesterday, obviously, the goal's a penalty. Can't really do shit about that. Made a couple decent saves. Like I say, all the saves that he did make, I expected him to make, though. So I'm probably going to give him a 7.7.
Oh, wow. I've gone the other way, mate. I was like 8.5. I've gone the other way. I know it's solid, isn't it? Then maybe I'm getting credit for both legs, but yeah, I've gone with an 8.5. Maybe I'm gassing it, but yeah, that's my rating. Xtra Club will give him a 8.8.
That's too high. I think that's too high, man. But it's
I
what it is, I
yeah,
suppose.
I mean, I'm allowing it, mate, because I allow it for both. In both legs, he was very, very good. He was very good. Did he get man of the match in the last one? From us? No, I don't think he did. No, Bernardo did.
Yeah, Bernardo. Okay, let's go into the defence again. In fact, I'm going to start off with Akanji this time because John Stones did play much more in a sort of centre back position. Akanji did. He made 90 minutes in the game, 1 clearance, 1 interception, give 1 penalty away, which just wasn't a penalty. I've looked back at it this morning. It just wasn't.
But he's so close to him.
He's so close to him, and I think the ball comes off his foot as well, bro. And if that's the case, then it's not a penalty. The rules say that that's not a penalty if it comes off his foot, so it's not a penalty for me. He won 1 out of his 3 ground duels and won 1 out of his 2 aerial duels. Lost possession 4 times. 49 passes, completed 46. That's a 94% pass accuracy. 7 long balls, 6 successful. Thought he had a good game. I thought he had
a really good game.
Yeah, I was impressed with his performance again. He's putting in some decent performances, defending quite well. And people will be like, yeah, but he's got skinned off Coleman. And he was like, yeah, but
most people get skinned off. Ake got skinned off Coleman.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is to make sure that you don't continually get skinned off Coleman. And I didn't think he did. I thought he had a really good game. Good on the ball, as the stats prove. And I actually think that he's starting to find his rhythm again now. Because he started really good. And then Pep started fucking him around, playing him in different positions every game. And it was like, yeah, I don't think he could deal with that. I think Akanji is like a pretty simple guy in the sense that, like, he's not simple because he's fucking smart. But when it comes to football, I think that he just needs to know what his role is and what his job is. And I think he would benefit from playing in the same system, in the same position with the same players around him. I think when you start moving him around and moving the players around, that's when he dipped. So it's no surprise to me that he's found form again when Pep Guardiola's sticking with the same system and he's playing well.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The consistency always helps, especially in your back line. Your back line is where you need your consistency. Something that we've been crying out for all season. You know, we've been through Pep roulette a lot this year. Whereas I think he's found his rhythm. I think he's in it. He's in the mode, man. He's slamming it. He's been slamming it consistently now for a good couple of weeks, or a month or so, whatever it is. I think he's been really, really, really good at Akanji. So, and I'm buzzing with his performance yesterday. Like the first leg against Bayern, he had a bit of a wobble for 20 minutes, but then absolutely smashed it for the second half. The second, like 80 minutes or 60 minutes or whatever it is. It's like 70 minutes. I can't remember how long he played. And then this leg, he just got binned once. He got binned once by Coleman, and he also drove forward with the ball. That's the only 2 things that I can remember. Coleman put him in the bin, which he bins everyone. But then the other one was him driving forward with the ball and holding on for it too long. The exact same thing that Dias did. They're the only 2 things that I could probably criticise him on. Other than that, his game was perfect.
Yeah, I agree. I think he did really, really good. I'm going to give him a good score. I'm going to give him an 8.3. I
was going to give him an 8.6. Xtra Club have given him a 7.9.
Okay. Let's move it on. Ruben Dias then played in that centre position. In fact, let me go to John Stones, because John Stones played on the right of him. 90 minutes played for John Stones yesterday. He made 28 passes, misplaced 6. That's a 79% pass accuracy. 1 long ball, which was successful. 2 dribble attempts, 1 successful. 4 ground duels, 2 successful. 1 aerial duel, which he won as well. Lost possession 11 times. Made 6 clearances and 1 block shot. I actually thought yesterday, his performance was complete opposite to Bayern Munich. The Bayern Munich game in the first leg, it was all about getting on the ball, making plays, making passes. He hit a wonderful volley. That was Leicester, I think, wasn't it? He played really good on the ball, right? Whereas yesterday had far less touches of the ball, far less passes. But what we liked about John Stones yesterday was his actual defending. His defending yesterday was exceptional. He won so many headers, it was unbelievable. So many clearances as per the stats. So it's nice because you've seen in the first leg, you've seen that modern John Stones on the ball, dominating the possession, making passes and making plays. And then yesterday you saw the actual defender John Stones, and both were exceptional. So different John Stones yesterday, but another very, very good performance.
Yeah, it was like I say, it is a very different John Stones. It's not the midfield John Stones is basically the way I'll say it, because that's what we've been seeing recently. This was his positional play was completely different. He was more centre back, but I guess he didn't really need to. That was more of a tactic, I think. Do you know what I mean? Sit behind the ball a little bit more because we had to defend. We didn't really need to go out there and win the game. Whereas in the first leg, we wanted to go and win the game. John Stones moves into that midfield, starts controlling the midfield, doing bits. But yeah, I'm honestly John Stones for me. Every big game, John Stones. Every big game has to be so sick. And I don't care. I'm in a position I don't care. Play him centre back or play him in the CDM role. I'm not asked. Both of them roles, he's excelling in massively. And I think without John Stones in this side, I feel like we struggle a little bit with this with the new formation. Anyway, I think he's really took it in his stride, John Stones.
Yeah. No, he's slamming. He's in such good form right now. And again, really need to be keeping him fit for the rest of the season. He's going to get another good rating from me. I'm going to give him an 8.8. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I was going to give him an 8.5. Found it. Xtra Club, we give him a... Wait, which way? Where's John Stones? Right back. An 8 from the Xtra Club. Some of these ratings are quite like low, you know. I'm a bit like... shocked at some of the Xtra Club ratings. Especially when Ederson got an 8.8, I was like, oh, everyone's going to get gassed and do high ratings. And then Akanji got a 7.9 and John Stones got an 8. It's mad.
Interesting. So did you think Akanji was better than Dias than Stones yesterday?
I don't know. Yeah, I did 8.6 and 8.5 in it. I'd be happy to say both similar, but I think Akanji was mint yesterday. I think he was solid. Other than the fact that he got binned once, John Stones was mint in the air, which I think I'm asking for two different things. So yeah, I'm saying Akanji marginally better, but I'm asking for two different things from both these players. Like I don't want Akanji challenging for aerial duels and trying to clear it out like that in his game, innit?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Let's move on then. Let's go to Ruben Dias then. He played 90 minutes in the game, 2 clearances, 2 block shots, 1 clearance off the line, 4 ground duels, 3 of them won. Didn't have any aerial duels to win. Lost possession 3 times. And a 97% pass accuracy, only misplaced 1 pass in the entire game. I made 1 long ball, which was successful. Another solid night, another good night at the office. Can only really remember sort of 1 mistake, which is when he ran into the midfield. He lost the ball. I would give a free kick away, but it was offside anyway, so that was kind of chill. But defensively, again, solid there. And yeah, I mean, in great form right now, Ruben Dias, isn't he? I think this is the best form he's ever been in at Manchester City. I really do. I think he's played his best football now.
Yeah, I would say he didn't look as solid as what we've been seeing recently. And I would say that out of the centre backs, especially in that first half, out of the centre backs, I thought Dias was, other than out of the actual centre backs, obviously Ake's left back in it. I thought Dias was our weakest. I think Akanji was looking stronger than Dias at one point. However, Dias does bring that leader mentality into the side. I mean, he at the end of the first half, he had that big block shot again. But I just think he looked a bit dodge on the ball at times. Like the time where he ran forward, obviously, is the highlight. But there were other times where you just wish they were keeping it simple. And we said this during the watch song. Said just keep it simple, man. Simple passes. But he was kind of overcomplicating a little bit. But yeah, not the best performance from Dias in the world. But it was still a good performance, nevertheless.
I'm going to give him an 8.5.
I was going to give him 8.3. And Xtra Club have given him a 8.4.
Cool, right in the middle. Right, let's move it on then to Nathan Ake, who obviously only played 66 minutes because of the injury. We have to wait and see what comes out from the scan today. Hopefully it's good news, but you know, he says himself that it was only he's had it before that injury and he feels like it's not that bad. And then apparently he's just walking around pretty normal after the game. So fingers crossed it ain't too bad. 66 minutes played in the game, made 1 clearance, 2 ground duels, didn't win any of them. Lost possession 4 times, 27 passes, misplaced 1. That's a 96% pass accuracy. 1 cross unsuccessful, 2 long balls, both successful. And he also had a shot. So, yeah, I mean, probably not as secure as normal, but I don't think that was his fault. I think the tactics that we deployed / they deployed exploited our defence, and Ake was the sort of man who was having to deal with all of it, you know, with Coleman running down the right side.
Yeah, he was getting roasted by Coleman, but...
I don't think he was getting roasted. Yeah, I don't think it was. I don't think he was getting roasted though, in the sense of it's Coleman's just smoking him. I think it was the tactics. I think Bayern were very, very clever moving the ball around the pitch,
Yeah, well,
and then sort of isolating them two, and then Pavard was going up there as well, causing difficulty for Ake, and then obviously Coleman was just getting in behind.
my point is when I say roasted, I mean he was getting roasted by pace, innit? Like not something that Ake is doing stupid things as such, but I mean like Coleman was roasting him on pace, like he was dusting him. Guy was leaving him for dead. But then that's not a fault of Ake. They were being very clever in the way that they isolated, put the 1-on-1 together there, and gave space for Coleman in behind. But he did well. He did well, Coleman. This is what I mean. I was very, and we said this in the little review that we did this morning. I'm very surprised that they switched it, Bayern. I don't know why they switched it, because Coleman had Ake's number.
It was
the way that they were playing. He was getting so much joy on that right hand side, and then like in the first 5 minutes or so, they put a ball in the box for Choupo-Moting. It was a great ball, which I think John Stones cleared. Like, I'm surprised they didn't do more of that. So I mean, but it is what it is. I'm happy they didn't do more of that. But yeah, I think Ake, not his best game in the world, obviously, because he's going against Speed Demon. But I think still solid game. I don't know where we said this. Does he need to give him a few more yards? Do you know what I mean? I don't know whether he did, because he didn't. After a certain point, it didn't seem to get. They didn't seem to be getting balls in behind.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird, very strange. I'm going to give him a 7.5.
I'll give it a 7.8. And the Xtra Club, I give it 7.4.
Okay, cool. Let's move into the midfield then, guys. Make sure you drop a like on the stream, by the way, if you've not done so already. 350 people of you guys tuned in right now. Let's get those likes up, man. So make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Let's get those likes to 150, man. Let's move it on to Rodri. Rodri yesterday played the full 90 minutes. 59 touches of the ball, 50 passes, misplaced 4 passes. That's a 92% pass accuracy. 4 long balls, 3 successful. 1 dribble attempt, 1 successful. 4 ground duels, 3 successful, and 3 aerial duels with 2 successful. Lost possession 5 times, made 2 clearances, 1 interception, and got dribbled past just the 1 time. I thought he had a good game. I think there's a game came alive. He sort of opened up. Sorry, as the game opened up, I thought that helped him, because he was able to get the ball into Kevin De Bruyne pretty quick. Helped out on corners, set pieces. And just sort of like pretty standard performance, just dealing what he had to do. I mean, people are saying he was sloppy, but I mean, it was difficult for everyone, not just City players out there, with obviously the condition of the pitch and the ball being so wet and very slippy. But he only misplaced 4 passes, so I thought he had a good game.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at that as well, seeing people saying that he was sloppy, and I don't know, man. I remember he was slipping about a bit, but every single one on the pitch was slipping about a bit.
Everyone was slipping about, yeah. Including Bayern Munich players.
Including Bayern Munich players, as we see from Upamecano. It wasn't like a standout. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, in the past few games, we've very, very, very much mentioned Rodri, because he's been standing out at how good he's been. He basically, you look at it going, Rodri's sick, and I don't remember saying that at all yesterday, but I've been saying it like pretty much all the time, the other ones. So, I don't know. I don't know. I see Xavi there saying he gave the ball away at key moments, but I don't remember that happening. Bro, I don't remember that. I don't remember ever thinking that Rodri fucked us over at one point, or made a shit pass that just led to them and getting an attack. He might have, but didn't he say he only misplaced 4 passes?
Only misplaced 4 passes in 90 minutes.
So he can't have been giving away the ball that much.
Yeah.
God knows.
I'm going to give him a good rating. I'm going to give him a 7.8.
Yeah, I was going to give it a 7.8 as well. I think I was chill with Rod's performances. Like I say, it wasn't his best performance ever. But I don't think it was City's best performance ever. I don't think it was individually. I think looking at the ratings going, these aren't the best performances from any of these players. However, as a team, I feel like we got through it together. I mean, it was a good performance from the team as a whole. Individually, they ain't all gonna get like the best ratings that they've ever had, because I don't think that was the way that the game went.
I agree.
Xtra Club giving me 7.6.
Okay, cool. Right, let's move it on then into the midfield. Let's go to Ilkay Gundogan yesterday. 90 minutes played, 50 touches, 35 passes, misplaced 5. That's an 86% pass accuracy. 3 long balls, 2 successful, 1 shot blocked, 1 dribble, which was successful. He won 7 out of 11 ground duels. He won 1 out of 1 aerial duel, made 1 clearance on 1 interception. I've got to Tanner in the chat, T-Man in the chat. Got to completely disagree. I thought Ilkay Gundogan last night was absolutely fantastic. I thought he made some crucial tackles on the edge of our penalty area. His passing, his pauser was really, really good, keeping the ball in tight areas.
Especially towards like the last half hour or so, he was keeping all of that ball.
I've got to say, man, I disagree with people in the chat saying Gundogan's not for me, man. I thought he was top notch. I thought that is exactly what you needed from a European night away from home. Someone who's done that, done the hard yards. You know what I mean? He's played so experienced, Ilkay Gundogan. You know, with Germany, Borussia Dortmund, City. He knows what these occasions are about. And he just kept things ticking along. And that's exactly what we need him from yesterday. We didn't need him doing worldy balls in behind the defence. We had Kevin De Bruyne for that. We just needed him to keep things ticking along and just keep us calm and keep us composed in that area of the field. And I thought he did that very, very, very well. I thought it was a great captain's performance from him. And I'm going to give him his flowers. I thought he did really, really well. And I know people be like, what did he do? Not saying he was doing anything mint, but I think what he did show was great leadership, great calmness on the ball, and that's exactly what we needed last night. So for me, I think he did. I think he did well.
I think the key thing there is the calmness on the ball. The calmness on the ball was big from Gundo. I think it showed a lot of like maturity in the side, the way from Real Madrid, especially when you look at like there was chances where we could have gone forward. I seen Scotty Moll said he never finds Haaland when he puts the ball when he's making the runs in behind. And there was a situation where Haaland's telling him he's like over the top, and then like he's running in behind, and Gundo's just like, nah, mate. Gundo gets the ball, he literally turns around, pause it, because we were winning the game. We didn't need to full send it. We didn't need to go out there and score. We didn't need to score a single goal in that game. We didn't need to do that. We just had to get through the match without conceding.
Gundogan yesterday was only ever going to play a ball behind for Haaland if he thought in his brain
it was 100%.
This is going to be a goal. If he thought to himself, not sure about that, could do it, and he might get there. He ain't going to do it. He's going to keep the ball because in his head he's like, nah, you know what? This is going to be it, man. We've got to keep the ball because every second that we have the ball is a second less they have the ball. And a second closer to the final whistle, meaning we're in the semi-final. We fucked it last year against Real Madrid for messing around, not playing properly, not playing with any brains. Gundogan yesterday played with full brain mode. I mean, what did they say? A human only uses 6% of his brain. Nah, not Ilkay Gundogan last night, man. That guy found a reach. He was pushing. He was pushing more than that. And so I ain't going to complain yesterday about him not playing passes in behind for Haaland, not putting in Grealish or Bernardo, because he did what he needed to do. He did the thing that as fans we want to see him playing the balls in behind for Haaland. We want to see him having long range shots and that. But he was like, nah, this is what we need to do. We need to keep the ball, and that's what he did, man. So I think he played well. I'm going to give him a good rating, and I'm going to give him an 8.5.
Yeah, I was going to go 8.3. Pause him on. The Edge could give him a 7.7. I genuinely rate Gundo's pauser in that game. We see Gundo's pauser all the time, and sometimes it's frustrating. Sometimes it's very frustrating, especially in some games, and you're like, come on, go for it, Gundo. Why are you turning around for? But in that game yesterday, Gundo pauser was on point. Chef kiss for Gundo's pauser. That's what it was. He cooked up the right meal for that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, Pammy, welcome to the Xtra Club, Pammy. Massively appreciated. Pammy also sent a super chat as well. Yes, Pammy with a 2 says Love and Joy is getting the fucking bin slogan. I don't know why I say that. I think Denver said it once, and then I just adopted a saying of getting the bin. And it just when we score, I just like to say get in the bin. I don't know why. Started at Spurs, and since then I just not stopped.
Big up, Pammy. Thank you for the super chat and the membership. Let's go to Kevin De Bruyne. Then played 88 minutes yesterday. Got himself an assist, of course, for the goal. 83% pass accuracy. Made 46 passes, and 38 of them were successful. 1 key pass in the game and 1 big chance created, 4 crosses, one successful, 5 long balls, 4 successful, 1 dribble attempt, not successful. He won 2 out of 4 ground duels and made 1 clearance and 1 interception on the defensive stats. I think he did what he needed to do, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Pep Guardiola before the game was like, if you can get me a goal, Kevin, by creating a chance for Erling Haaland, we probably win the game. We probably go through to the next round. And he had a couple of chances. Obviously, put one behind for the Upamecano red card. Very, very close to getting Upamecano sent off. So that was a mint pass.
That was a great ball then as well.
Great ball. And then obviously for the goal, he put that through.
There's one with Grealish as well, where he put the ball behind for Grealish. And then every pass after that just seemed to be an absolute mess. Yeah. And then that ended up with the Haaland chance as well. I think he did what he needed to do. He did what he needed to do. Get on the ball and hit them on the counter. Kev with them long sweeping balls that he does. Like,
not only that as well. I thought he showed a lot of maturity in his performance, in the sense that, because I know he's not the youngest of guys football age wise, but he didn't just kick the ball behind the defense for no reason. He only really did it when it was on. So he adopted a little bit of the Ilkay Gundogan situation of, I'm going to try and keep the ball, and I'm only going to play the ball in when I think there's a real chance. And so if you look at the balls that he played in, the ones that I can sort of remember, the one for Haaland, red card, great pass. The one for the Haaland goal, great pass. The one for Grealish, we probably should have ended up scoring from that as well. Mm-hmm. So he was very, very careful with his passing, and got himself an assist. And that was the aim of the game, because I'm telling you now, man, these players yesterday, before they went into that game, they knew for a fact, right, that if they would have scored 1 goal, that game's probably over. So, Kevin De Bruyne created a chance. He created a couple of chances, and we get the goal. I thought for that reason, he's got to get a good rating.
Yeah, I feel like without Kevin that side as well, I don't feel like we create them chances. He's the one who makes that whip pass. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like we don't create the chances that we created in that game without Kevin.
I agree. I'm going to give him... I've given a few people this rating, but I'm going to give him an 8.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 8.6. The Edge could give an 8. The Edge great ratings are quite low anyway. But yeah, I've seen people slating Kev as well, I seen people but I was like, no, you don't understand. He's making these chances happen.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know why people are slating him. At the end of the day, like Haaland's not there to drop deep and play the Harry Kane role. He's there for one reason and one reason only. He's put the ball in the back of the net. Kevin De Bruyne is there not to be Yaya Toure, not to be David Silva, to dominate the ball and get space between them. He's there to get the ball and put it in behind and put great balls in the box for our players, or put the ball in behind the defence. And he did that yesterday multiple times. Mm-hmm. And we got a goal from it. We almost got a red card from it. And we should have had another goal with it. The one you mentioned, the one went to Grealish. So
could have been 3 assists. It could, and then if Upamecano doesn't tackle Haaland, and obviously Haaland's on the side, that could have been another goal. And it's either got a hat trick of assists.
Yeah,
Kev's making things work. He's making things happen. So
yeah,
I think it's a good performance.
Okay, let's go over to the wings then. We've got Jack Grealish and Bernardo Silva. Guys, make sure you drop a like. We have just got past 150 likes now. Over 400 people tuned in for the player ratings as we move into the attackers. Let's get that thumbs up button pressed, man, and get the likes past 200 in it. So big up to everyone that has tuned in. Let's start off with Bernardo Silva then, who played yesterday. 90 minutes played yesterday. 7 dribble attempts, 5 successful. 32 passes, 27 successful. That's an 84% pass accuracy. 1 key pass in the game, 1 cross unsuccessful, 3 long balls all unsuccessful, 24 ground duels, 9 successful, lost possession 14 times, made 1 clearance and 2 interceptions. I feel that for me yesterday, his word, what was it? How to word this without sounding like I'm slacking him off, which I'm not slacking him off. The first game, I think you got more benefit from Bernardo Silva because he was playing against Alphonso Davies. Yesterday, I actually thought Cancelo was useless. I think is the most accurate word. I don't think he did anything. Did great defensively, and I don't think he did too much going forward either.
I remember one cross from him going forward. That's it, and I expected a lot more from Cancelo.
So because of that, you didn't see it because Alphonso Davies was so busy in that first game. You saw Bernardo Silva being so busy. But put that to one side, quality on the ball yesterday was top tier. Did really, really well. He just seems to skin players for fun. And, Lauren there with the super chat says, should Bernardo Silva start every Champions League match?
Yes.
If you get to the final and you're playing against AC Milan in Milan, maybe not. But I think for a Real Madrid game, I think it's difficult to say no. It's
when they're going at you, he thrives. When they commit to you, because he'll put it through your legs.
Yeah. So he's another great performance from Bernardo Silva.
If they're gonna sit back, it makes it more difficult because then he's got more players on him. But there was times yesterday, bro, where he was just cooking. Bro, I swear, guys just been putting through people's legs in both of these ties.
He's more of a goal threat as well, bro, going forward when he's on the right hand side. Scores more, gets more assists when he's on that right hand side. Because one thing that Bernardo Silva is not, and I'll take this to my grave, and people disagree with me, but he's not a Kevin De Bruyne. He's not a David Silva who can play sick little through balls.
Yeah, be confused if people said he was.
Yeah, people say these though, and it's not true. But when he plays on the right hand side, because he's closer to the goal, of course he's going to get more. He's going to get more. What's to say? He's going to get more chances. He's going to get more shots because he's cutting in on his left foot. Iron Robin. He's going to get more assists because he's putting crosses in the box. There's no surprise to me that if you look at one of his best seasons in a Manchester City shirt in terms of numbers, it was back in 2018 when he played right wing.
Yeah.
So he gets more goals and assists there. He gives you that hard work. He gives you that energy. So, yeah, for me, I would be playing him against Real Madrid, I think.
I agree.
But, yeah, good performance yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was a mint performance from him yesterday. It wasn't, it wasn't as standout as that first leg, but none of the players were as standout as that first leg. This was more about managing the game and seeing it out as opposed to going there and winning the game.
He would have stood out more if they played Alphonso Davies. I think that was a really poor decision from Tuchel. I mean, I know Davies kind of got murked in the first game, but in the end, I thought it was.
He came on anyway. Alphonso Davies. He had
and that's because Cancelo was useless. Cancelo did fuck all yesterday.
Well, yeah, he got booked. Then he got.
I don't even remember him doing anything, bro.
Yeah, because it was early on. Bernardo, he went in on Bernardo because Bernardo binned him. Oh no, who did he? He put it through someone's legs, then Cancelo took him out. So yeah, that was the situation. Then he fouled Bernardo, got a yellow card, and I feel like that. Then he had to stand off Bernardo a little bit. He had to be more careful. So then what happened then is you've seen other players going over to help Cancelo with defending, like Kimmich. They were going over to double up on Bernardo Silva, and even that wasn't working.
Yeah, no, I agree. Player rating then for Bernardo Silva. I'm going to give him an 8.3.
I was going to go the exact same, 8.3. Xtra Club, I'd give him a 8.1.
Cool. Scotty says, how can he get 8s? He was very average, 6.5. I don't know, man.
6.5? That's well low, that.
I don't know, Scotty. I still thought it was good yesterday. I think he kept the ball very well. I think he kept Cancelo quiet. Whether Cancelo was just poor or Bernardo kept him quiet. He seems natural on that right hand side. I don't know. This is football, man. People could watch the same game and come to two completely different opinions.
Yeah, people read games differently. Also, I think when you're watching a high stakes game like that, is sometimes you won't focus on one player as much as you will do. As much as someone else. So maybe it's just something you don't see that player do much, but then other people be like, nah, I did loads.
Yeah. Big up to Joe with the super chat. Says, love the content, lads. What do you reckon about a tactical setup versus Madrid? Feel like we can't play this inverted fullback with Vinny out wide.
But we said the exact same thing about them having Sane, Coleman, Gnabry, players like that against Bayern Munich. I said we can't play the inverted fullback role because we're coming against them kind of players. The pace.
True, but with it being Vinny Jr.
I mean, it is Vinny Jr., but I feel like it's what's working right now. I think it all depends on Nathan Ake.
Yeah, I think at home we would probably play the inverted. It wouldn't surprise me though if we go to the Bernabeu and just play a flat back four.
Yeah, Kyle Walker mode, innit?
Let's get out of the Bernabeu with a 0-0 1-0.
That's my idea for Bernabeu. I'm not even asked about. I just don't want to lose the game. Just don't lose the game. Draw it, fine. Don't lose the game. Take it back to the Etihad.
So yeah, it's going to be a difficult one, that one, Joe. And I guarantee you, right, in the lead up to that game, that is probably the biggest question we'll be asking on this channel when we're going through the build-up, when we do the Avengers, previews, all that kind of stuff. That's the big question that we'll be asking, man. So make sure you join us for them ones. Big up Mohammed as well with the 2. Says Rodri looked dead yesterday. Can't start the next game. Again, we'll probably speak about that a lot tomorrow. But
people were saying people were saying there was a point where he was literally hands on knees, like gassed.
He was running around a lot there, wasn't he? But
this is the issue. This is the issue. Why it would have been nice for Calvin Phillips had a full season and been able to and proper excelled. It would have been nice. I mean, to hit the ground running is the word that I'm looking for. It'd have been nice for that to happen, but it's clearly he's having a difficult time. Because we've not been able to afford, we can't afford to drop Rodri in games. Like, we're going into the Sheffield United game at the weekend, and like I said, we'll speak about it more then, but I generally don't even know if we could drop Rodri. Like, my head's fucked with it.
Yeah. Right, let's go on to the left-hand side. Jack Grealish, 90 minutes played in the game yesterday, 1 shot blocked, 4 dribble attempts, all successful. 35 passes, misplaced 6. That's an 83% pass accuracy. 4 key passes in the game with 1 big chance created, which we probably should have scored from, to be honest. 1 long ball, unsuccessful. He won 9 out of 13 ground duels. Didn't win any of his 2 aerial duels, though. He got fouled 3 times, made 1 clearance, and got dribbled past twice. Good performance from Jack Grealish again. Good. He had Pavard every time. Won a couple of yellow cards off some of the Bayern players. I think he got Pavard booked, and I'm sure there was one other one.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, he's in good form, man. He's in good form. He seems to be enjoying his football. And you know the big one, right? I'd start him against Sheffield United. I really, really would, bro. Because the reason I'd start him against Sheffield United, and we'll go more into this when we do the previews and stuff, is because he's not had so far this season, not that I can remember, is that game where he's gone and won us the game. Well, this is an opportunity for him to go and win us the game, because Haaland's probably going to be rested. You know, players are going to be rotated and changed. Keep him in the game. It'll be buzzing to play at Wembley with Man City as well in the FA Cup, and say, go and win me the game, man. Because he's going to be playing against, no disrespect, lower opposition in Sheffield United. Still a tough game, but lower opposition than the Premier League, lower opposition than the Champions League. And I'd say to him, go out there and cook, man. And I think it could be a game that, boom, he excels in, man.
See, I see where you're coming from. I just don't. In my head went the other way. I feel like Jack's played a lot of football recently, so I was like, I feel like it might be, with Foden's fit, it might be worth swerving Jack Grealish for this game. I get the thing that it could be a game where he can go up there and win it, but in terms of his fitness and longevity, I think I'd prefer to switch it up and then play him for Arsenal.
It's that confidence boost that he could get if he plays and does really well and gets a goal, gets an assist or whatever.
Bits for us, though, you know what I mean? He should be confident. He should be like max
confidence. No, but I'm saying like win us the game, get himself on the score sheet, or get like a big assist or something like that. Then I think that could give him a boost going into that Arsenal game. And you just mentioned he's played a lot of football. Ake got rested at weekend and he got injured. Yeah, so again, I know. It's one of them. You know, take him out. He could get injured in the next game. I just think it could be a game that if he gets on the score sheet going into that Arsenal game, it's like, you know what, I'm the fucking man. I've scored at Wembley in an FA Cup semi-final for Man City. We're going into the Arsenal game. I'm ready for it.
I guess it all depends on players as well. Like some players, you take him out of the game for one game, and then it kind of like knocks them a bit, and then like some players, you're just better off literally playing them game after game after game. And I know Riyad Mahrez is one of them players. He loves to play. He don't care about his fitness and that. Like the guy's like, nah, I play me every single game. He's one of the ones who wants to be played, which is why it's frustrating for him when he'll score like a hat trick or he'll score consecutively in games and then get dropped. I think Jack Grealish, it could be one of them with Grealish that it's not about his fitness. He's probably absolutely fine, and he's just keep playing him, keep him on this high, because he's been one of our best players since the World Cup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Good performance yesterday. I'm going to give him an 8.4. I thought he was slightly better than Bernardo, so I give Bernardo an 8.3. So I'm going to give him an 8.4.
Yeah, I agree with that. So I match on that. Yeah, Xtra Club have given him a 7.7.
Okay. Big up Christos with the super chat. Says, opinion, Bray. I have this feeling that we should play Mahrez versus Madrid as he plays well against Madrid. What you guys take on this? I'm like, yeah, happy for that. Yeah, but I'm also happy for Bernardo to play. I'm also happy for Foden to play. I'm also happy for Grealish to play. I'm also happy for Alvarez to play.
We're spoiled.
So there's a bit of a problem there, bro. And this is why I said, going up to that game, I think, the inverted fullback thing will be the big one, and who plays right wing will be the big one. So it's difficult. I'm happy for Maris to play. I'm happy for Foden to play. I'm happy for Bernardo to play. It's a difficult one, bro. I got to think on that one, man. But that's a tricky one. It's a tricky one, bro.
Yeah, it's not something I can commit to right now, isn't it? 2 weeks.
That's why I'm like, I am committing. I need to think about this. I need to have the Avengers show. I need to get everyone's opinion on it, and then boom.
Like I committed to Kyle Walker in that first leg, and then literally as soon as the stream started, I was like, I bid my whole idea and changed it, and I was like, no, I want to stick. So there's time to go, Christos, mate.
Yeah. Let's go to Erling Haaland then. Yesterday played 84 minutes in the game, got himself a goal. Underperformed XG, people. Got a 1.27 XG. Is it time to sell?
What a fraud.
What a fraudulent striker we have at our football club. 2 shots on target, 1 shot blocked, 1 shot off target, 2 dribble attempts, 2 successful. Missed 2 big chances and a penalty miss. Oh, that might have included the penalty miss, to be fair. I think it did. 19 touches, 12 passes, misplaced 3. 1 long ball successful, and he won 2 out of 4 ground duels and 3 out of 3 aerial duels. Missed the penalty.
Weird one for Haaland, wasn't it?
Disappointing. Yeah, I mean, he was due a miss, to be fair. He scored 33 and missed 2. He's not missed one for a while, so he was due a miss. Hopefully get that out of the system.
Them Bayern fans got to him heavy.
Yeah. To be fair, it's not the worst game in the world to miss a penalty when you're pretty much already through. I'd much rather him miss that than against Arsenal on Wednesday.
Yeah, true.
Or against Sheffield United on Saturday if he plays. I thought he took his goal well. Probably should have done a little bit better on the shot that Grealish put into him. But other than that, played really well. His runs in behind were excellent. Really unlucky with the Upamecano red card that he went just a little bit too early. Or did you could argue, did Kevin De Bruyne play the ball too late? I'm not sure. You'd have to watch it back and really study to see what happened. But he's given Upamecano absolute nightmares. And Upamecano's transfer value was just halved in 2 games, all because of Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland has destroyed that man's reputation. Destroyed it.
Yeah, he's not left himself in any good light.
Nah.
You genuinely think he's a City player. He's probably he was probably our man of the match in both games. Unfortunately, but Haaland was good, man. Haaland was good again. I think it was difficult for him, because it weren't the side that where we're looking for them goals. So there were times where he's making runs in behind, and we just didn't pause her. There's times in that second half, bro, where he's bombing forward and he wants it. He wants to go get another goal. He wants to go and win the game. And City nah, mate, it's done. Don't worry. We're turning back. We're recycling the ball. Keep possession. So I guess that, in one sense, that hinders his game. But on the other side of it, he's making them runs. He could have got Upamecano sent off. Obviously, he could have had another goal as well, which probably should have scored. And in the goal he took was mint. The way he dinks the ball over Upamecano's foot. He could have took it wide around him kind of thing, but it'd kill the angle a bit. Nah, mate. Little dink over Upamecano and then slammed it in. But basically, we got exactly what we wanted from Haaland, and that's a goal. Get a goal. Like you say, get a goal, and then we're through.
Yeah, absolutely. And people obviously should have scored the penalty. It's penalty. He got to hit the target. But the other chance that he missed, he should have scored. If it's not Haaland, you're probably not saying he should have scored it.
But it's Haaland.
He's setting himself higher standards. So the only bad thing he did really was miss the pen. So I've got to give him a good rating, man, because he's runs in behind. He gave Upamecano nightmares. Very close to getting him sent off. Got himself a goal. Won all his headers. Won all his ground duel. He played really, really well. I'm going to give him a 8 point. I'm going to give him an 8.5.
Okay. I was going to give him an 8.4. So we're on the same place.
Just because I give him an 8.5 is because before the game, I said, score a goal, we're through. And he got a chance and he put it away. Boom, through. So that was it then. That was the job done. If he didn't score any goals yesterday, then I would have been probably give him low. I would have given him lower, but then obviously by getting the goal, that goal killed the game. At 4-0 up on aggregate, game's over, you're in.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going to give him. And obviously, it's a big game, high pressure moments. You can sort of allow him for missing a pen. It's high pressure stakes. You know, the Bayern fans was going ham, and it is what it is. But the vital moment where he got the chance that he needed to score when Upamecano fell on the floor, he put it in the net. So I'm going to give him that rating, man.
Yeah. Edge could give him a 7.9.
Number 9.
No, which is closer to the calculator. Calculator only gives me a 7.5, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think this is the one time that the calculator don't work. These games, they don't work, innit? Like,
yeah, they don't work, innit? They don't work.
It's a good calculator.
But, so we'll have a little chat about Laporte as well before we wrap up, because Laporte did play, 25, 30 minutes or something because of
Kyle Walker. Okay, even.
Going off. I thought he done all right when he come on. I thought it was very funny when he absolutely he put that guy on the floor, didn't he? Was it Pavard? He just grabbed him and just boom, put him on the floor. And obviously that's what got Tuchel sent off in the end as well, wasn't it? Which was pretty funny. But I think he's playing well. He played well yesterday for the minutes that he did. I think there was one.
I would say lack of concentration on the one where Coleman had all that space.
Yeah, but this is a problem, and this is why I disagree with people fundamentally when they say they don't have any concerns about Laporte playing in that position. Laporte cannot do what Ake can do in that position. He's not got the mobility for it or the agility for it. Now, his ground on the ball is a lot better than Ake, but that's why, for me, Laporte plays in a back four. That's what he does. He plays in a back four, centre back. He doesn't play well, in my view, in a back three. Now, having said that, against Sheffield United, against Fulham, against Leeds, against West Ham, should be fine. The one game where it's going to be a test is going to be Arsenal when it comes up against Saka, unless Pep changes the system, and obviously we'll speak about that in the week ahead. Yeah. But that's the one game where if Pep Guardiola plays the same system against Arsenal that he normally does and just swaps Ake for Laporte, that could be an interesting battle between them two players.
Yeah, I think the Laporte thing does worry me. But it is what it is. We find ourselves in this position, so it depends on the way that Pep's going to run it. Laporte versus Saka gives me nightmares before it's even happened.
Yeah,
and yesterday did nothing to ease those worries. Is my only thing. He didn't play bad yesterday when he came on, but he did nothing to ease that.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. He did all right. Pep Guardiola clearly got his tactics spot on, didn't they? Because they worked a treat. And any struggles down the right-hand side with Coleman and Ake were due pretty much to Bayern, not ourselves. I mean, the only thing I would have really have said myself is I probably would have subbed Haaland off earlier. I probably would have subbed De Bruyne off earlier. But maybe Pep's just like, I ain't fucking around this year. Because that's what he did against Real Madrid, and we ended up getting fucked because he took Mahrez off, which was possibly the worst. People always talk about the fact he never played Rodri against Chelsea. I think taking Mahrez off against Real Madrid last year was right up there.
That was a crime.
He took Kevin De Bruyne off.
Yeah.
So maybe this year he's just like, nah, I ain't fucking about no more, because I guarantee I'll take Haaland off and Kevin De Bruyne off at 70 minutes, and my team will go and fuck me and concede 2 or 3 goals straight away. So
look at Leicester, bro. Look at Leicester. That's prime example of if Leicester he goes 3-0 up, fuck it, we'll change it. Leicester should have been 3-3 that game.
Does that not say something about the quality of our bench then? Is our bench not good enough?
But also it's the I think Leicester though mass changes. It is mass changes. Like, do you know what I mean? He changed the whole side pretty much. It looked like a completely different team.
We didn't have to do that last night, bro. 80th minute, just before they got the penalty, we were 4-0 up. We were 10 minutes away from going through to the semi-final with a 4-goal lead. That tells me something about Pep Guardiola and what he thinks about some of the players on the bench. That with 10 minutes to go and Bayern Munich needing 4 goals, he was still like, nah.
Yeah, I feel like
actions speak louder than words, bro.
Yeah, I think like players like Phillips and that weren't going to get on. I just think as well, we know how Pep is with subs. He doesn't like ruining the flow of the game. If he feels like it's going right, he won't change it.
Yeah. But when you're 4-0 up with 10 minutes to go,
I get that, but maybe Leicester gave him some PTSD, man. Or maybe Real Madrid
no,
gave him
that's
that
what I'm saying.
PTSD. Like,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think it did. I think that's what it is. But then we have to sit down in the summer and we have to say to Pep Guardiola, look, that Bayern Munich game, you're 4-0 up with 10 minutes to go. How come you didn't take off hard? How come you didn't make some subs? And if he goes, there's two answers. If he goes, didn't want to disrupt the flow of the game, that's fine. If he turns around and says, I didn't trust the boys on the bench, then you've got to deal with that, man. And you got to get rid of them and bring new fresh blood in that he does trust. That's just like a little bit of a concern because obviously we did fuck the bed last year at Real Madrid. We did our best attempt to do it against Leicester. So we need players on that bench who can compete and who Pep trusts. And if he doesn't trust them, then they need to be gone, innit? And finally, just speak about the referee real quick. I actually thought the Upamecano handball was a handball. I've seen a lot of people this morning say it wasn't a handball. The guy started with his hands behind his back and then moved his arm out. That's a handball. There was distance in between, so that was a handball. The handball for Akanji is not a handball. It's just not.
So close to it, man. So
I think the referees had a poor decision on that one. But I don't know why people are saying the Upamecano wasn't a handball. It was a handball. His arm's out in the air, and there was distance in between the cross, and it was a shot, wasn't it? There was distance between the shot and the player. It wasn't like he was real close. It's a penalty. I don't know why people said it wasn't a penalty.
Yeah, like I said at the time, I said at the time, it stinks. It does stink because it's literally just clipped his arm a little bit, but it has clipped his arm.
It's clipped his arm. It's handball, isn't it?
So
it doesn't matter if it fully whacks him or it's hit that.
So that's why in the watch I was like, oh, it stinks. It's like, it's a bit of a shitter, but at the end of the day, it is a pen. And then the Akanji one is so close to him. What's he meant to do? Mm-hmm. Like they're literally touching each other. They're side by side. So I don't know, man. I think the Akanji one's a bit of a rip. Did you hear the commentary as well on BT?
No, I've not heard it.
Well, they were like, "Don't give a pen. Don't give a pen." Joe for the Akanji one, they're like, "Don't give a pen."
Yeah, but it wasn't a penalty.
They were literally, when they were head in hands, bro. They were head in hands. I'm
not surprised. Like I said at the time during the watch, like, I could make a full-on argument, that his hand was in a natural position because he's running to the byline. That's what he's doing. He's running to the byline because obviously the guy's got the ball, he's about to cross it, so he's running to the byline. Was he meant to run with his arms by his sides? No, we don't want to see that. Players want to run. It's a natural position. So I don't know why it was given. Plus, he was right next to the player anyway.
Imagine all players ran around with their hands down the side.
It's just dumb, isn't it? It's proper fucking stupid, man. So yeah, I don't think that was I think they got that one wrong.
I think they got it wrong. Like I said, if it came off his foot as well, it's not a pen. If it came off his foot onto his hand, it's not a pen.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I have people last night were concerned about it's disrupting our winning run.
Nah,
I don't think it's disrupted it because I think the players will not be looking at that going, oh, we dropped points, or because we not dropped points. We won't be looking at it going, oh, we drew the game. That's really unfortunate that we didn't win because we did win over the two legs. That there was a win. They're after that game, they are absolutely buzzing.
Yeah,
I don't think it does anything. I don't think it does anything for the team.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we're in a good position, and the players are not buzzing about that. Then, they'll never be buzzing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, exactly. In the semi-finals, we go, we move. Big game coming up in 2 days, which is crazy. Players have obviously got back to Manchester today. Very little time to prepare for the game against Sheffield United. You're just hoping because Sheffield United obviously. I'm pretty sure they put a lot more preparation into this game than City have because we got Bayern Munich. But you've just got to hope that the quality of our players gets us through. Now, Pep Guardiola is going to heavily rotate. He pretty much said that on the interview last night. He said the players are knackered and he's going to have to rotate the team. He always rotates the team. We always struggle in the semi-final. So hopefully we manage to get through that. It's going to be crazy, though. It's going to be crazy. So yeah, we're there. We're fighting. Can't moan about it. You know what I mean? It really stresses me out. And I laugh. It stresses me out, but I also laugh. You know, when like opposition managers, like you hear Klopp do it sometimes. You heard Ten Hag say it the other day about, we're struggling to play all these games. And the the people need to help us with the fixture scheduling. Bro, this is what we've been doing for 7 fucking years. Do you want to be a top team or nah? This is what it's about, man. It's about getting yourself to this period of the season, playing every 3 days. And instead of moaning about people scheduling games at the wrong time. I mean, they've already got a massive advantage over us, bro, because they've got the Sunday game because they're playing Europa League football.
Yeah.
If Brighton and Man United were not in the if United were in the Europa League, obviously Brighton are not in Europe anyway, we'd be playing Sunday and they'd be playing Saturday, so we'd get the extra day. But because they're playing Europa League tonight, they have to play on Sunday, so they're already getting kind of a fucking free pass on that anyway. But yeah, it's great, man. I love this time of the season.
Every 3 days,
past Bayern. Yeah, and to be honest, we made light work of Bayern across the 2 legs, man. We made light work of them,
which is good. Good to see from the side. It shows our quality, man. We are a good side.
Yeah, they are. And just quickly on Real Madrid, we battered them in the first leg last year. We were the better team in the second leg. We just fucked ourselves in the last couple of minutes. So, it's Real Madrid, best team in Europe historically on trophies. It is what it is. It's going to be difficult, of course, but I'm backing us, man. Erling Haaland's going to lead us to the title, bro.
I prefer not to speak.
Chester, get your Chester. Came here from a Chester. No?
No,
not
yet. Not yet.
You're not getting your chest out, bro.
I came back, chest out.
I got my chest out.
Let me see how we do without Ake against Arsenal. Then I'll be like, yeah, okay. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just not.
Did you see what I put in the chat this morning, by the way, about Ake's injury?
What time frame wise?
Yeah, the doctor. There was a doctor on there.
Yeah, doctor said, is it a grade 1 tear is 1 to 2 weeks?
Yeah, so Dr. Raj Palbra on Twitter he's at, by the way, if you want to follow him, he's at 3CB Performance. He said Nathan Ake right hamstring injury. Timeline depends on the severity and location of the injury. If it's near the tendon, typically this would be longer. Typical grade 1 is 1 to 2 weeks. A grade 2 is 3 to 6 weeks, and grade 3 is 10 weeks plus, depending on surgery or not. Higher risk for high-pace players / positions. So, yeah, he's going to miss Arsenal.
Yeah.
Unless
a miracle happens, he's going to miss Arsenal, which stinks.
It's highly likely.
Okay, but we're just going to have to see what the situation is. We have to see what the situation is.
I wonder if you could risk him in the Arsenal game.
But that stinks for Real Madrid, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does stink for Real Madrid, but it's such
a big game. It's such a big game.
You know why? It's massive is because he's literally pocketed Saka every time he's played him.
Yeah. You know what's funny as well? It's not funny, but like we can't. Do you know when Coleman kept dusting Ake? We kept saying, chat was saying, Ake's hamstrings are getting a run for here. Because Coleman was getting behind. I kept seeing people like roast Ake's hamstrings because Coleman was getting in. And then obviously later in the game they've actually gone. So like it's mad. Man. You just gotta pray. Sorry, you just gotta pray that it ain't it. Like it ain't it. Like pray it's a strain, something like that. So that's not a tear. That's all we got to hope for.
Spurred us with it 11 months says people forget we beat Real Madrid home and away in the Champions League in 2020. Head to head, we beat them 3 times and they beat us once. Excited, I'm going into that game with my chest out. I'd come in with my chest out. I'm ready for it, B. And don't worry, bro. I'll get Johnny Paulie's chest out, man.
No. LB will be like 5-0, and just make me fucking nervous for it. That's what LB.
No. I'll be serious.
I'm excited for it. Like I say, go to that first leg and come away with a draw. I think win the tie.
Lazuli's got his chest out.
Right,
Lazuli got his chest out.
We all put our tits away.
Okay, fear of my chest out. Right, we'll leave it there, guys. Big up to everyone in the stream, man. Hopefully you have a sick day. We'll be back later on. Make sure you drop a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. And yeah, catch you in the next one. See you in a bit.